and welcome to the second of the Tribeam Masters discussions. Alright, this time we're going to be talking about our favorite anime characters. Alright, so the rule for this discussion is I always have special rules. So you're only going to be able to name one main character from any anime. So if you want to say Goku, that's it. And you can only name one from each franchise.
Okay.
So we're gonna name 5 apiece.
It has to be a main character?
No.
Oh, okay.
You can only name one main character.
Okay.
So if you name Goku, that's it.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
All
or
right.
if you name Ash from Pokemon, that's it. So let's go ahead and get started here. So no particular order.
Yeah.
Just five characters. I'm gonna keep tally so we know where we're at. And we need to stay on topic, of course. But I'm just gonna go ahead and start because it's my channel.
Yeah.
And I'm the Tribeam, and this is my boy King Zeus.
What's up, everybody?
So let's go ahead and begin. I'm gonna go ahead and get the easy one out of the way. So I am the Tribeam. So of course I'm gonna say Tien
Shinhan
from Dragon Ball. And Tien is amazing. He's my favorite character from any anime because he beat the main character of Dragon Ball. He was appointed by the main character's master to make sure he didn't win the tournament, the second of the tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, he's just a badass. Like, what else do you need?
Yeah,
he's amazing.
I feel like 10 it should be higher up on the arc than what he is because he's just been training. He's been training more than Master Roshi now. He's just been alone on his own island with his own martial arts center, just training a bunch of disciples, and he just he should have more to show for it, and I respect him for that. So,
I mean, he only in the Tournament of Power, he only eliminated one guy, and it was as he was going out. He eliminated the guy, and the guy put him out. Like,
I expected so much more from him. Like I don't know why they did him like that. Like 10 is so much more. He's so much better.
Yeah, and he's got so much more potential. I'm so glad that in Dragon Ball Fighters, he's awesome. Like he's one of my mains.
He's good, man.
You hit that level 3. And Chatsu comes and grabs on their backs and
explodes.
My
gosh, that's that's pretty good, dude.
Yeah, you can't stop it. So
it's trap stun.
Yep. So all right, go ahead and get your first character out of here.
I've watched a lot of animes. I have to say one of my favorite anime characters is from an anime called. Let's see, it's a bunch of them to choose from. I'll have to say it's from Dragon Ball Z. And it would have to be my boy, Tribeam. Let's just feel the power of the Gallic Gun. It's the Prince of all Saiyans. Vegeta's my favorite character, and here's why. I know you guys. Some of you guys probably think that Vegeta is probably a butt wipe sometimes, but yeah, you do. Well,
it's terrible.
Okay, yeah, he's terrible. All right, well.
Tien has no respect for him.
Well, let's just see where he came from. Okay. Broken apart family. We still don't know who his mother is except from fan art. His father was murdered in front of him. Well, his father was murdered and tortured by Beerus, and he was killed by Frieza, taken by Frieza, and used as Frieza's own pawn in his game. And he grew up to be the jackass lusted for power until he actually met Goku. He's just found the reason to why people can get so strong and have compassion. And he started a family. He made some mistakes as a prince. He started a family. He has 2 kids now. And now I think Vegeta is one of the most developed characters now. I mean, especially based off this, these past arcs where he defended Trunks and fought Zamasu on long sides. I like characters like that just come from the scrap bottom to right now.
See, my only problem with Vegeta, which, I mean, I've never really been a fan of Vegeta, is his backstory is just so cut and paste because there's so many different characters that their parents were killed right in front of them. You gotta like more characters that like they have a unique backstory. Like Tien, like he was abandoned by his parents. Like I mean that was what it was implied. Whenever in Dragon Ball, whenever Master Shin of the Crane School took in the Tribeam, and yeah, like that's a unique backstory. Like you're not adopted by a master very often. So like Vegeta's backstory, even though now he's starting to like get his own stuff, like he's starting to become so compassionate about Trunks and Bulma, and what is it, Bola or
Bulla. That's
Bola.
His new daughter.
Yeah,
they brought her back. I'm so happy about. Oh my god.
But yeah, it's just so like Batman. Then now Jiren has almost this exact same backstory.
Oh my god, dude, I was so disappointed with Jiren's backstory.
Yeah, it's just so that's like one of my biggest things about Vegeta is that his story is just like not unique to like it's just Vegeta. Like there's so many different characters that are the exact same.
And I can understand that because you can relate his story to a lot of characters in like animes that are pretty much are right behind the main character that have pretty much the same story. Yeah.
Anime writers.
Yeah.
Writing the same stuff, you need to quit it.
Take our advice.
Quit it. And quit writing the same stuff. All right, so let's go on next one. And hit it with your second one.
Okay. Let's see here. I'm gonna go to an. Does it have to be an anime we both know?
No, it
doesn't.
No.
Okay.
You've watched a lot more different ones than I have.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go right on down the line to Naruto, and Naruto's good. Come on, Naruto. I have quite a few favorite characters, but I think my number one favorite character from Naruto is either Kakashi or Lee. I will actually kind of put Lee first or Kakashi. It just kind of like a dabble between the two. Lee, I love him so much because he's based off one of my favorite martial artists, Bruce Lee. Lee, he as we know had no he had no genjutsu, he had no ninjutsu, he just had taijutsu.
Here, I wanna interject real quick. So, Bruce Lee is the basis of a lot of characters in anime because like I just like pop one right off the head is Hitmonlee.
Yeah.
From Pokemon. Bruce Lee, a Bruce Lee based character like that's very very normal. So like that's another one that you're picking a character that like their story is
well,
just
you know, that's why I chose two because Bruce Lee is of course worldwide known, and a lot of shows, cartoons, animes, whatever you want to call them, are based around his character because he was so great. That's why I said Kakashi, because Kakashi is just a genius. Like he's a genius. He's known. He's of course been proven to be even smarter than Shikamaru. He was always one step above his opponents, like his old master Minato. Kakashi, Lord Sixth, Hokage of the Hidden Leaf Village. Like I would put him a little bit above Lee, but you know, of course we all know who Bruce Lee is, so I don't have to explain why Lee is still on my top list. But you know, I would say Kakashi from Naruto, which is probably my favorite.
I'm gonna grab your little talking stick. Let's see, take my turn. Yeah, I'll punch through your Hakai.
Yeah, that's another reason why I like Vegeta. Did y'all see that episode? 2 episodes. Oh my god. Yeah, anyway,
that's because he only had the mustache. If he had the whole beard, then
he might have had Ultra Instinct right then.
Topo would have had it.
But he shaved his beard though. Goku and him had beards when they came out of the time chamber.
Well, I'm talking about Topo just had the mustache, and it looked so dumb.
Oh,
like that character design, all the character design would have been so much better.
He would have been better if he had like actual.
Yeah, if it would not have had the mustache.
Yeah.
So let me go with my second character on this list. I'm gonna go from another very mainstream. We're saying very mainstream. Animes right now. And I'm gonna go to Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, my character that I'm picking from Yu-Gi-Oh is Kaiba.
Oh my god,
Kaiba, and he's got a similar story like to Vegeta.
Yeah,
he's very similar personality wise, And
the cocky bastard.
Yes. And you said about this being really smart.
Yeah.
Kaiba is like he's crazy smart. So like
I love smart
it's
characters.
insane.
Yeah.
And he always had the strong like he always had a stronger deck than everybody because like he had so much money he could just go and buy all the cards. But like he was always better at dueling than Yugi, and Yugi would just get lucky. And Obelisk was just like he was my favorite of the designed Egyptian gods of the original Egyptian gods.
I would have to agree. Obelisk is my favorite.
Obelisk was the coolest looking because he just like he had those huge arms. Yeah. Like, just like he could rip apart those dragons.
I swear.
But yeah, there's not a lot to say about Kaiba because like he's so like well known to anyone who follows Yu-Gi-Oh, because like he's got the best cards. He's got the blue eyes, which was like the most
boy back then, man. In first formats, Blue Eyes White Dragon was the card to have.
Yeah, it was the most known card too. Like even other people who just like barely followed Yu-Gi-Oh, which I never really played Yu-Gi-Oh a lot, but I watched all of the animes. So like it was the most known card to anyone who like, hey, you watch Yu-Gi-Oh? Yeah, I wish I had a Blue Eyes White Dragon in my deck. Yeah. But like, I mean, of course, in real like tournament play, it's useless. So anyone who thinks that like it's good to use in a deck or make a Blue Eyes deck, yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, not now.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, I mean the game. Just me. I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh. I played Yu-Gi-Oh for a long time. Even competed in some places. I just don't like the new format. Links up. Come on, man.
All right, so anyway, let's stay on topic.
Yeah.
I'm not ranting.
I'm sorry. If I offended any Yu-Gi-Oh players that still play now, I'm sorry, but why are you wasting your money?
Let's not.
Sorry.
let's move on. Let's not. Okay. So I'm gonna pass it back to you because.
Okay. Yeah. I've came up with two animes that I watch all the time, but I'm gonna just choose this one right here. It's called Hellsing Ultimate. And for you guys who watch Hellsing Ultimate, I think you know who I'm about to pick. Alucard, the Vampire King, the Immortal. The guy was he was tortured for months on hand, injected with vampire DNA, beaten to death nearly every day, and eventually he just gained the power to, revitalize his blood without.
But he couldn't Tribeam.
Of course,
all that matters.
Who needs to Tribeam if you can just control the blood of another person? Like his has deadly accuracy. Like Alucard is the badass of dark theme animes. You know, I think he's in my top 10 characters of all time.
But if there was someone who could overpower him in that anime, then if he had the Tribeam, he could destroy them.
The way of the Tribeam.
The way of the Tribeam
is with this guy.
Because I will teach you, because I am the Tribeam master.
But why the Tribeam? You might as well learn Gallic Gun. The way of the Gallic Gun.
No, it's useless.
Yeah.
All right. So my next character, I'm all mainstream. I'm only going for mainstream
characters
because I was a mainstream guy.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go to One Piece. And I'm using my one main character.
Yeah, I know who that is.
Luffy. Because
Monkey D.
Yeah, my last discussion, if you guys want to check it out or if you saw it, Shattuck, he called out Goku for being the first idiot strong guy. I mean, I don't know about that, but if he was really an idiot, he was pretty naive.
Yeah.
And Luffy is very similar to that, so he kind of went along the same path as Goku. And like we don't know a ton about his backstory. Like we do, it's a lot fleshed out by now because like his we know about his childhood and about his parent, like his dad at least, and a little bit about his mom. But he overpowers everybody. Even if everyone is like, there's no way that this little tiny bounty pirate's gonna be able to defeat the warlords of the sea.
Yeah.
But he just destroys them.
Yeah. Nothing. I just love how Luffy just doesn't give he doesn't care.
He doesn't give a shit.
He doesn't care at all.
Shit. He's like me. That's why I can feel with Luffy because he's the captain And like even if he lets like Nami say like what they're doing right then, he could just like be like, no, we're doing what I'm the captain. We're doing what I say.
Yeah, it's like it's just some areas in the show where Nami's trying to command everybody, and Luffy can literally just kick her off the ship.
Yeah, he could just be like, no, I'm the captain. We're doing what I say.
It's like no.
Yep, and that's why like Luffy, and he's so funny. Like he's the funniest character. Like it's just like Luffy is the best.
Yeah, the Luffy is pretty intense when and the thing about Luffy, when he gets serious, he's serious, and he doesn't waver when he's serious. When he wants to get something done, he gets it done.
Yeah, and like he is just like so powerful. He's got like one of the high, I think it might be the highest bounty known right now.
Yeah.
So like he's just incredibly.
Yeah, him, Usopp, Zoro.
Yep, and like yeah, he's gathered the best crew from basically nowhere. Like the only one in his crew, early on, especially that was known, was Zoro, which was the first person he got. Like if you could convince someone like that to join your crew,
oh yeah,
you must be somebody. So
yeah,
like, all right, so let's go ahead and I think that's 3 for me, and
yeah,
is that 3 for you or 4 for you?
Vegeta, Kakashi, and Alucard.
So that's 3 for me, 3 for you. So you go ahead and go.
Well, here's my 4th. Here's another dark themed anime for you guys. It's called Tokyo Ghoul. I'm still waiting on season 3. When will they? Instead of that bullcrap live action stuff they put out a few months ago, which
action,
yeah, live action always goes south. To me,
Dragon Ball Evolution.
Oh my gosh, the cancer.
Tien was not in that, so like he was not affected by it.
Yeah.
The Tribeam is still the best.
I always talk about that movie to where why does Ozaru look like a Bigfoot?
All right, so go back.
Anyway,
that was me. That was me this time.
All right. Anyway, Tokyo Ghoul. My favorite is not Kaneki. My favorite is actually Toka. That's one of the first ghouls Kaneki encounters, and Toka. Well, other than that first guy he encountered, where he was just he was roaming on the streets or whatever. Toka's the one that actually saved him and told him about what was happening to his body. And over time, Toka became to care for Kaneki, and she's kind of a hard ass. She's kind of hard to get to open, but the thing I like about Toka is she's dedicated to protecting her kind, and she's willing to go the extra mile to protect and to feed their kind, because we all know ghouls have to eat human flesh. So Toka just goes the extra mile into fulfilling that deed without harming her kind. So Toka is one of a kind to me. And she grows over the series, which I'm so ready for season 3 to come out. I'm just sitting here waiting on it. So yeah,
get it done.
I'm trying.
All right, so
I need to write a letter.
Well, I mean, say the same thing about Dragon Ball Super ending, which is just terrible, because now they're not going to be able to make Tien great again.
Hopefully they get the folk in this downtime when they go in hiatus. I hope. I know the movie's coming out later on this year, so maybe they can take that time, catch the manga up, and take the time to develop each character's story a little bit more, and try to put them back in there to where everybody's relevant again, or somewhat, so we can see everybody have their own place of shine.
I mean, yeah, they had a great thing going where the Z fighters were all fighting with the movies before they started Dragon Ball Super, because they were releasing they released Battle of Gods, and it's pretty awesome.
Oh my god, I got one more character.
And then just a while later, then they did Resurrection F, and it would have been cool, even if they wouldn't have brought the anime back, so you don't get the weekly show, you get the big movie, which is you basically get a whole arc whenever you just go and watch it. See, that's of course, that's my favorite anime, because that's the namesake of my channel. I'm very passionate about that. And yeah, you could have they could have in the movies, each of the characters would have like a little bit of shine, except for, of course, Gohan in the Resurrection F in the tracksuit.
Oh no.
I mean, everybody makes mistakes.
The guy who pulled the Z sword is now reduced to a tracksuit.
Well, he's not anymore.
Well, yeah, not now,
but
you know. Yeah. But you know.
So yeah, so let's my next character is from the land of Pokemon.
Oh.
Another mainstream.
Pokemon.
And of course I can't pick Ash because I wasted my favorite character, which it wouldn't be Ash anyways, because who likes Ash? Nobody likes Ash.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite character from Pokemon is Blastoise.
Oh, yeah.
Blast in the Past.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, one of the originals, huh?
From Kanto.
Yeah.
Yep. And I thought about going with Snorlax just because whenever I play the game, he's always one of my final 6 because he could just learn a variety of different attacks. But Blastoise is my favorite because like I just love the design and like the evolution of that Pokemon. It just makes so much sense because like the turtle, it just gets bigger.
Yeah.
And like, the big it grows cannons on its back, that's the one thing it doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
Is that like so? Is Squirtle and Wartortle, they both blow the water out of their mouths. Why does Blastoise have it coming out of his back? I mean,
true.
But I think like the design is so cool. Like I like the cannons, but and it's just so powerful. It is so strong.
Yeah,
fast
Blastoise is a tank, man.
And of course, Blastoise could easily defeat a Charizard because water defeats fire.
Yeah.
And Venusaur, really.
Yeah.
And I just preferred Kanto over everything else because like it just got too complex. They were pushing characters back, which I hate when animes do that. That's why I don't like that Dragon Ball has been pushing their characters back. Their original characters like Yamcha is a laughing stock. As soon as Dragon Ball Z started, Yamcha was relevant until Dragon Ball Z started, and then they're like, who? You mean that guy we killed with a Cyberman?
Oh my gosh, the guy that can only play baseball now?
The guy that can only play baseball?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
I used to date Bulma.
I was you're getting my sloppy seconds, Vegeta, because I was there first.
Oh wow, okay.
I was there first.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. That's Blastoise from Pokemon.
Yeah. Well, I guess this is our last character, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
hold on. I'm gonna change this real quick.
Okay.
I'm gonna change this whole thing. So, I'm gonna let us go back to previous animes now. Just wanted to I wanted to do a little swerve on you.
Okay. Alrighty.
Do a little swerve, but you still can't pick any more main characters.
Okay. No main. I didn't choose it. Oh yeah, I did choose a main. Did I choose? Yeah, I chose a main character, Alucard. Anyway, he's not a main character.
Good.
But he stands by the main character. He's trained the main character. Let's go back to Dragon Ball Z. The dude that literally, he's the do not give a shit of Dragon Ball Z, in my opinion. Lord Beerus-sama. When he came to be known,
give me your pudding.
Yeah, dude, he does not give, like, if like, he doesn't even care what it is. Like, okay, the God of Destruction, Beerus-sama, Universe of 7 God of Destruction. He is my favorite. He's one of my favorites. He's close.
He's the strongest God of Destruction.
Yeah, I would agree on that. Because he's the only God of Destruction and has Ultra Instinct on his belt. He doesn't have it mastered. They haven't.
The rest of them have been erased. Now,
yeah, so. Exactly. So yeah, and he's the only one that's standing right now. Him and Universe's 11 God of Destruction. But Beerus,
the Joker.
Yeah, Belmont. Oh my gosh, he went like Jiren is stronger. Like they've stated that Jiren is stronger. Jiren is stronger than Belmont. So, but the reason I like Beerus is because his way of, he has a temper, but I can relate to him because I have a temper just like Beerus, especially when it comes to food. But like in all, he's very knowledgeable of the rules of the universe, even though he breaks them himself sometimes when he erased Zamasu. But anyway, But when Beerus first showed up, like he wasn't cocky. He wasn't overcome.
No, he kind of was.
I didn't think that as a cocky. I thought that as like, okay, you haven't heard of my name. Let me show you.
Like the way whenever Vegeta, because he knew Vegeta knew who he was.
Yeah.
He like made Vegeta grovel at his feet a little bit. He was like, little Saiyan fool.
Yeah, it's funny because he's the one who wanted the Saiyans killed anyway, and look at him training 2 Saiyans right now to Vegeta to take his place in the future. The only reason why Whis agreed to train Vegeta. But anyway, Beerus, he's just like, he's my favorite. Like, okay, his just his style. He fights you with his hands behind his back. Now if you walk up to anybody,
that's pretty cocky.
Yeah,
too.
Yeah, like
That's pretty cocky.
Like this is kind of a clue to where, hey, Whis has taught. He said it. Whis, like Beerus, has gotten Ultra Instinct under his fingers, but he hasn't mastered it yet. He's got the attack down to a plea, but his defense just needs work. But when you go up to a dude and his hands are behind his back like this, it's like, is this dude crazy? Well, I'm about to get my tail whooped. That's so. Beerus is.
So yeah, Beerus is yours.
Yeah.
All right. So the reason why I wanted to go back is because I wanted to make an argument. I just wanted to make an argument. I want to go back to One Piece.
One Piece.
So, it's weird because like I'm definitely I don't give a shit guy because so like Sanji and Zoro, of course they're both original crew members. They were in the first 5.
Yep.
And like neither of them give a care at all about.
Yeah, at all.
And they both have fought Luffy in the past, like not like seriously fought him, like but yeah. So like I just like to create controversy. I'm not gonna pick another one. I'm gonna put them both as my last one. So yeah, because I just like it's really hard for everyone to choose between, or like some people they think that you have to choose between, like you can't be a Zoro and a Sanji.
I don't get that. Like, why can't you like both? They're both good characters.
So like we might be murdered in the One Piece community, but that's like,
oh well,
we both like Sanji and Zoro.
So like we watch anime like everybody else.
To get
like,
out of here.
It's okay to like two characters.
No, it's not okay to like Vegeta and Goku. If you like Goku, get out.
Oh,
it's kind of like if you're a WWE fan and you like John Cena, get out.
Oh yeah, well I kind of agree with that.
You can't always have the win. Get out.
You can't just like a character because he's the main character
and he always gets the win.
Yeah, so you got like I base my likes on characters based off of 1, plot, 2, development, especially development. Oh, and I didn't want to mention another kid. Speaking of development, Piccolo. Yeah, so. Like, I base my favorites off of that. Like, he can't just be who wins all the time, you know? It's just so cut and dry.
See, that's why, like, I even like Master Roshi. His character build, he's just evolved so much as a character. He's still a pervert. He's an old man. Yeah. But, like, since he's been back, like, the resurrection of Master Roshi.
Goodness.
Because, like, he basically has just retired ever since the tournament where he passed it to the Tribeam. Like, he hasn't fought anybody. He fought King Piccolo and he tried to do the Mafuba.
Yeah, Mafubu.
And he died. He hasn't done anything since then. Like he fought in Resurrection F, but there's not really anything. He's just been kind of sitting there, secretly training. That's what they're telling us now.
But his contribution in this tournament, oh my goodness, that kind of brought back, you know, the old Master Roshi to where, hey, I'm still the original master. I'm the one who taught Goku this attack. Let me show you how it goes.
Yeah.
So, you know.
So yeah, that has been our favorite anime characters, and I want to hear from you guys. So like, if you like this video, please comment because I would like to hear you. That's my ESPN trying to tell me something. Probably the Timberwolves winning something. But yeah, this has been the podcast about our anime, and we'll see you in the next one. Well, he might not, but we'll see.
See ya
in the next one.